Radio Plus Sports, recognized by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association in their awards for excellence as the best in high school sports play-by-play in the state. This broadcast is sponsored by the following local partners.
Waupun American Legion Post 210 sponsors for today's game include New Medical Center, our scoreboard sponsor, National Exchange Bank and Trust, our broadcast booth sponsor. Thanks to Home and Auto Sales, Ballweg Implement, Kohl's Community Funeral Home, The Other Bar, Mike's Wild Boar Liquor Store, Waupun's Piggly Wiggly, the Waupun Athletic Booster Club, Dentistry of Wisconsin, WW Electric Motors, Ergo Bank, C. Bruxma Electric, VC Flooring, Taurus Tree Service, Our Bar, and Finishing Touches by Rich.
The complete broadcast schedule can be found at radioplusinfo.com.
According to some of the coaches here, saying that's real grass out there in the outfield. But we'll talk a little bit more about these two teams. Waupun taking on Horicon. It's a regional championship game. Winner of this tournament will be going to the state tournament in Viroqua coming up on Friday. The tournament starts. So we'll have more of our pregame show brought to you by Home and Auto Sales right after this on The Source.
And Steve with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. I'd like to thank everybody that came to the anniversary party over the weekend, Steve, right?
Yeah, it was a great time. Everybody that showed up and got to hang out with the band. The band was great. The crowd was great. And we had a fun time. So looking forward to it next year.
Very good. Now, summer is here, of course. Some great beverages on special. And the patio is always bumping out there, too.
It is. You know, we've got all of our beers. Patio outside. It's going to be hot. Go enjoy the weather outside if you want to do that. Or you can stay inside where it's nice and cool.
And, of course, great lunch special. Soups on special, too, here at the Other Bar.
Got homemade soups every day, and then we've got our specials rolling on. All of our hot beef, pork, and turkey sandwiches. Stop down and check it out. Great stuff on the menu, too.
All-Star break, of course. Let's get the crew back on track coming up this weekend.
Yes, we need to break, and we'll reset and start over. But got to get back on track, so watch the games, watch all the ridiculous home run contests and stuff. We'll have it all on down here for you.
All your sporting goods here at the Other Bar, Main Street, downtown Waupun. Have a great week, Steve. Thank you.
Thank you.
You put a lot of thought in every detail of your new home, including the flooring. Or you finally decided on the perfect flooring to add life to your current home. Your next move is to call Daryl Vandazant at VZ Flooring to install it for you. He is fully insured and has been in the business for over 14 years, including starting VZ Flooring over 3 years ago. Daryl can install your new carpet, tile, LVT, LVP, and backsplash. Call VC Flooring at 920-210-4909 to get a free estimate. That's 920-210-4909.
Looking for an easy way to grow your savings? Kasasa Server attaches to your Kasasa Cash or cashback account and allows you to earn a high rate of return on your deposits, including the rewards that get swept over from your checking account. Discover the many benefits of opening a Kasasa account by visiting Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake, or take a look at their website at ergobank.com. Ergo Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials, great atmosphere, and excellent entertainment. Coming up on June 4th and 5th, enjoy the music of Jay Langston at the Hour Bar. And then coming up on July 9th, Chris Hodgson will be back at the Hour Bar. Plus, the Hour Bar is the perfect place to cheer on the Milwaukee Brewers. TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head down to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
Waupun, and they're right now having a nice ceremony. The national anthem just about ready to be played, but the Waupun American Legion Post 210 Honor Guard making its way out onto the field to present the colors, and then the playing of the national anthem. And we'll come back right after that and talk about today's game. Waupun getting set to take on Horicon, a regional championship in Class A Legion baseball. Winner goes on to the state tournament. Waupun should lose this game. They'd have to play another decider at 3:30 today, or right after this game. Back right after this on The Source.
Shop some great deals this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly Green Giant Vegetables. 4 for $3 with your card. Whole seedless watermelon, limit of 1, $2.99 each. 89 cents each, or free yogurt when you redeem your Pig Points.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A perfectly manicured lawn, a job well done. It's earned by outworking, outperforming, and outdoing with horsepower, handling, and versatility. It's heavy-duty build quality and cutting power that means business. Introducing Bobcat zero-turn mowers. Bring tough to turf. See them at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. And introducing Eden Equipment in Eden as a new dealer.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name's Gary. I had arthritis really bad in my right knee over 3 months ago. Couldn't really do anything, couldn't do stairs, just simple stuff. And now I can do things I couldn't do before. I can climb stairs, walk, anything. My spine's better, and my personal opinion is you're a fool not to get this done.
Hi, my name is Joni. I came here because I needed a new knee, but I didn't want to go through all that surgery and everything. I'm very pleased with it. And the reason I did it, because I couldn't go up and down stairs very well. I couldn't work too long hours and had a hard time getting in and out of the car. I had to lift my knee up. And now I can do all those things. And I have no pain, and I would recommend it to everyone, and I have.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
How do you make the most of your land?
Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make.
My yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
there are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Ballwig Implement, Highway 68 West, Waupun, and Ballwig Turf and Leisure, North Spring Street, Beaver Dam, and online at ballwig.biz.
Welcome back to the Gus. Steve and Randy with you to bring you some baseball. A beautiful day. Wind blowing right now. Or is that going most straight out towards right field or a little bit left to right? A pretty stiff little breeze out there as the flags are flying around. Had a nice little ceremony with American Legion Post 210 and their color guard out on the field. It's always an honor to have those guys out there. And they are sponsoring the tournament and sponsor Post 210 baseball.
Absolutely, and they do an excellent job. They volunteer so much time and energy and give so much emotional and financial support to American Legion Baseball.
It's like some of the senior members of the, of the American Legion.
Most of them are nowadays.
Yeah, some of them are getting up there, but still out there representing American Legion Post 210. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Waupun will be the visiting team, so they'll be batting first. Mason Holtz, the center fielder, will be leading things off, and then second baseman Austin Weiss will be batting second. Pitcher Noah Gerritsen, who bats from the right side but pitches with the left arm. He is in the third slot. Cleanup batter is Evan Sauer, the shortstop. Then batting fifth is Jake Krieger, who's over at first base. Brian Ferris is the left fielder, and batting sixth, followed by third baseman Dane Stelsel, and right fielder Ethan Cunningham, and catcher Hunter Camp. And that's the batting order for American Legion Post 210 from Waupun. For Horicon, I think they're Legion Post 157. They'll be pitching tall right-handed pitcher Alex Eggleston. What do they say? How tall is this guy? About six? Yeah, anywhere from 6'9" to 6'11".
I've been on the field with him, and he's probably a legitimate 6'10". I'll say that. He is a tall young man.
He's on the mound for them right now. Joe Gibbs, again, behind home plate, as he was a few days ago. Anthony Berggren is at first base. Jordan Heine is the second baseman. Over at shortstop is Landon Strife. Anthony Oschner is over at third base. Left to right in their outfield, Gavin Hurley, Blake Peplinski, and Cody Pieper. That's your defensive starting lineup for Post 157 out of Horicon. Of course, this is the second game in this tournament. These two teams have met. Waupun took care of business in game one of that tournament on 6:30 on Friday night, beating them 7-1. A couple three-run innings in there, including some home runs by people like Noah Gerritsen. Had a solo shot in the fourth inning, and two batters later, getting up to bat was Jake Krieger, and he slammed one over the left field fence. A couple no-doubters, and that was a two-run homer for Krieger. And they end up winning that game again by a score of 7-1. See how things go here. You never know with these two teams. Horicon has had their opportunities to beat us during the season and give them some big leads. So
that's right. And I've had a chance to umpire with this young man pitching, Alex Eggleston, on the mound right now, and he's got a little bit of controlled issues. Getting that whole 6'10" body going in the right direction all the times. But when he's throwing strikes, he's very, very effective. So I think command is going to be the issue for him today. And if he can find the strike zone, he's got a chance to keep Waupun in check.
So we are ready to go. Big Alex Eggleston on the mound. First pitch of the ball game. Misses low and away into Mason Holtz. Ball one.
It is a little imposing, isn't it, watching him come at you from the mound?
Yeah.
Get a long stride. He's only about 52 feet away.
And Holtz waiting to see a strike. Saw one that time. Right down the middle. And count is now 1-1. Next pitch is going to miss high. Puts the count at 2-1. I heard he plays basketball. Where does he play basketball? He was Whitewater.
Oh.
Plays basketball over Whitewater. This one misses off the plate.
Makes sense, doesn't it? Anybody that size, somebody's gonna
put you on, find a place for you.
Yeah, they'll find a spot for you. They will develop if your skills are not the greatest.
3-1 pitch is popped high in the air out towards left field. Looks like the shortstop, Landon Strife, calling everybody out, backpedaling onto the outfield grass, and hauls it in for out number one. Austin Weiss is coming up now. It's got to be good luck. I'm shook his grandpa's hands, Rich, before we walking up here. So he's had some nice years with his grandsons for basketball and baseball. Some pretty good fun years for grandparents to come watch your grandsons play.
Pitch there inside. Weiss, you could see by his expression, he stepped out. He kind of said, maybe I should have just stood in. It wasn't that hard. Let it hit me. Any way to help the team.
Man, he's a tall, imposing pitcher, but he's not a lot of velocity. Next pitch is going to miss high, but still leave a little mark on you. Not as bad as the one you got on your leg from umpire.
Yeah, that's a double slot.
That's a double whammy?
Yeah, I got hit twice, and it's just almost in the identical areas.
2-0 pitch, catches the inside part of the plate, makes the count 2-1. A little tailing, going from left to right on his pitches, on his fastball when he brings it in. So 2-1 the count. Next pitch from Eggleston. It's going to be a little too far inside, makes the count now 3-1. Don't forget, we have video streaming in case you're listening on the radio right now. Just log on to radioplusinfo.com, radioplusinfo.com. Jeff Sauer here getting the cameras all set up for that. All his wires weathered the storm yesterday, I think, and up and running right away today when he came in.
Yeah, it was a little tricky for the radio station this morning. I live in that same area, and we were out of power last night for a while.
Yeah, we didn't have that over on the southwest part of town, but that could have been. That's your side of town over there. Maybe that's what knocked the radio station off the air, and then Nick Rush headed right from Fond du Lac, and so maybe giving me a call to run over there. Said he just had to flip some switch over there, and he was back up and running. So, yeah, the one time that we came here, we weren't on the air. He gets here, and he goes, something looks kind of weird here. Well, the tower had blown over.
The tower was missing completely.
The tower was gone.
100-plus foot tower just gone.
That was crazy. Called strike. Runner goes. And safe over at second base is Austin Weiss. That is 1-1 to Noah Garrettson, the pitcher for Waupun. Today in this ball game, he had to come in for just 2 batters in yesterday's game to kind of wrap things up.
8 pitches, 2 strikeouts.
And that win over Belleville. They knocked him off 8-2. Yeah, so far in the tournament, Horicon again lost to Waupun in day 1 at the second game of the tournament, 7-1. It was Belleville knocking off Mayville 19-9 in day 1. And yesterday it was Horicon beating Mayville, knocking them out of the tournament. That one was fouled down by Garrettson. And right after that game, it was Waupun taking care of business against Belleville. And Belleville had to play right away. They had to take on Horicon in an elimination game, and Belleville winning that game by a score of 5-4. And that's where we're at right now. Just 2 teams left. These 2 on the field. Started with 4, now down to 2. Somebody will know. This one is hit high out towards left field, but maybe a little bit too high. And that's going to go off the glove of the left fielder, Gavin Hurley. He was right there waiting for it. Just drifted back, and I don't know unless he's looking up in the sun. The sun is up towards that direction, I guess, right now, but off his glove and on the ground. Now runners at second and third. Big air out in left field. Can't afford that if you're Horicon.
Yeah, I don't believe the sun at all was a factor there. That's just a can of corn that was
hey, you missed that one.
Was dropped. There's no other way to describe it. Credit Garrettson for the energy and the hustle. He's all the way to second base on that. He could have given up knowing it was going to be a routine flyout. He did not.
Yeah, big air now. Waupun with a couple guys in scoring position with your cleanup batter, Evan Sauer, up to bat.
Huge play in the game already early in this first inning.
2-0 count now for Sauer. Likes the next one, swings on it, and fouls it back.
Yeah, instead of 2 outs and a runner on second base, you've got runners on second and third and only the 1 down.
And should Waupun lose this ball game, they'll be playing right after this game. We'll have that game for you, too, right here on the Source. Here's a bounce over towards the shortstop over to Strife, and he bobbles it and doesn't get over to first base in time. And run would have came in, but they missed getting that out over at first base. So Waupun gets the first score of the game, leads now 1-0 on your New Medical Integrated Healthcare scoreboard. Back-to-back errors. There's now at first and third with a run in for Waupun.
Yeah, tough for the big guy on the mound, Eggleston. He's pitched well here in the inning, and he's down 1-0. 2 errors.
Yeah, it's only 1 down on the board, so that'll bring up Jake Krieger. He homered against Horicon in that game on Friday, right after Garrettson did it. 2 batters before him. 2-run shot, crushed it over the left field fence. Of course, there were no pitches here in Legion ball. It's time for Jake to bring him in on first base. Now they make the play at home plate, and right now a rundown with Garrettson between home and third base, and a base running error on Waupun with runners out at first and second base, and 2 down.
Number 1 left fielder, Brian Ferris.
Score that as a fielder's choice.
Okay, so 2 down, runners at first and second base for post 210, and Bryant Ferris coming up to bat. He had a nice game yesterday.
He did. I
really
agree.
Nice game. He had a couple of hits, a double and a single in that game, and he's in the number 6 hitting spot. So it's great production out of that part of the lineup.
Yeah, young guy. He's come a long ways since 4 or 5 months ago. He's come extreme ways playing varsity baseball on the high school team and competing here at Varsity Legion.
And runners both advance. Even before they knew that ball was down on the ground, they had taken off and are sitting at second and third base. So another opportunity for Waupun, just leading 1-0. Ooh, that one comes in and catches a little piece of Brian Ferris. He gets hit by a pitch. Now bases are loaded for Waupun with 2 down, and Dane Stelsel coming up to bat for post 210.
And Ferris, he's had a nice tournament, as you said, finding ways to get the job done, either walks or right there, hit by pitch. Yeah, there'll be a little discussion whether Ferris is, and he does crowd the plate.
Okay, a little discussion with our home plate umpire over by the Horicon bench with their coach. He's nodding his head and was all right with it. So, but now bases are loaded. Big opportunity right here for Waupun. See if they can put a few more on the board before we get to the bottom of the first inning. Leading now 1-0 in a new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. And this is hit over towards right field, but slices foul down the right field line off the bat of Dane Stelsel. Ethan Cunningham awaiting on deck.
Stelsel, a kid with a little bit of pop in his bat. Uses all fields. Traditionally, I would say mostly a pull hitter, but he does have the ability to go the other way when the pitch is there.
And this one is hit right up the middle, and it's going to land in front of the center fielder. He gets by him. 2 runs come in already. They go back and get the ball, and they're sending the 3rd run in. And racing in, and here comes Ferris in with a head-first slide. No play at the plate at all. Waupun made him pay for that ball getting by, but a nice hit, bringing in 2 of those runs off the bat of Dane Stelsel. And then that little mishandled ball by the center fielder allowed the 3rd run to come in.
Again, defense letting down Horicon's pitching staff right now. That's a ball that it wasn't an easy play, but a really good center fielder probably makes that catch. Right now, things coming unraveled for Horicon here in that first inning.
Yeah, poor Mr. Eggleston, he could have got in here with nobody scoring.
Exactly.
They would have made the play out in left field and at shortstop. Yeah, the bat is Ethan Cunningham.
I would imagine Horicon's pitching staff is getting a little thin at this point, too, and you make him throw all these extra pitches in the first inning because of the errors.
Yeah, this is their 4th game and Waupun's 3rd game of the tournament. And Waupun's sitting really good. They really set themselves up nice with Tyler Fromholz pitching that first day because they can only play one day. And he pitched a nice game against Horicon, beating them 7-1 in that game.
Only playing one day because he had other commitments. He had to leave the facility. That's why he's not that he's ineligible to play. It's
No,
just
no.
a
Did
matter
I
of-
imply that?
Well, no, it just started.
Did I imply that
just
he got thrown out of the game? And
No,
he's
no. He's just he's not here.
Swing and a miss on the next pitch into Cunningham. And he goes down swinging, but not before the damage is done. And the big thing that hurt is the 2 errors by the Horicon team. And Boy, that just could have been no runs in the inning, but they didn't make those plays out in left field and at pitcher. I should say shortstop. And then, Waupun comes up with 4 runs, lead this game 4-0. Back in just 1 minute with the bottom of inning number 1 on the Source.
And Steve, with us here at the other bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. I'd like to thank everybody that came to the anniversary party over the weekend, Steve, right?
Yeah, it was a great time. Everybody that showed up and got to hang out with the band. The band was great. The crowd was great. And we had a fun time. So looking forward to it next year.
Very good. Now, summer is here, of course. Some great beverages on special. And the patio is always bumping out there, too.
It is. We've got all of our beers. Patio outside. It's going to be hot. Go enjoy the weather outside if you want to do that. Or you can stay inside where it's nice and cool.
And, of course, great lunch special. Soups on special, too, here at the other bar.
Got homemade soups every day, and then we've got our specials rolling on, all of our hot beef, pork, and turkey sandwiches. Stop down and check it out. Great stuff on the menu, too.
All-Star break, of course. Let's get the crew back on track coming up this weekend.
Yes, we need the break, and we'll reset and start over, but got to get back on track, so watch the games, watch all the ridiculous home run contests and stuff. We'll have it all on down here for you.
All your sporting goods here at the other bar, Main Street, downtown Waupun. Have a great week, Steve. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make a splash during the Make This the Summer event at Home and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. During the Make This the Summer event at Home and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun and Ripon. $4,000 off of MSRP on a new 2022 Ram 1500 V6 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4 when financed with Chrysler Capital. 0% for 60 months financing to qualified customers on a new 2022 Wagoneer 4x4 Series 2 or Series 3. Check out our selection at homeandauto.com. We want to make you feel at home at Home and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon and Waupun.
Plus tax, title, and dealer service fee, subject to approved credit.
The mishandled ball out in the center field and bring 4 across the plate and now lead this game 4-0. Go to the bottom of the first inning. Take a look at the Waupun defense in the ball game. Noah Gerritsen on the pitcher's mound. Hunter Camp is behind home plate. Jake Krieger is over at first. At second is Austin Weiss. Evan Sauer at short. Dane Stelsel at third base. Left fielder Bryant Ferris. Mason Holtz in center. And Ethan Cunningham is your right fielder. And up first for Horicon is Jordan Heine. First pitch into him from Gerritsen. Misses outside high for ball 1.
Big lefty Noah Gerritsen. He's just a fluid motion. It never looks like he's working very hard, but ball does jump out of his hand.
Yeah, that one came in a hurry and a swing and a miss by Heine. Makes it count 1-1. Anthony Oschner waiting on deck. Another one catches the outside part of the plate. No offer from Heine.
Good curveball there. Started it off maybe 6 inches off the plate. Hooked right back in.
The 1-2 pitch, swing, and miss. He goes off the bat a bit, but still a strikeout off the bat of Heine, and Waupun puts an out on the board, and coming up to bat is Anthony Oschner. He's their third baseman, then designated hitter Daniel Januszewski waiting on deck. It looks like he's got pretty good control of his stuff so far early in this ball game.
Like I said, just easy motion, isn't it? He just a little bit of a rocker step, nice kick, and just nice and easy. Doesn't jerk his body around.
Gets one, chase one outside. He probably thought that was going to be curving back in, but no, just stayed out there. And a swing and a miss puts him down in the count 0-2. Go 2 pitch now from Gerritsen that is swung on and fouled out of play.
Same arm speed, whether he's throwing curveballs, fastballs. Maybe he's got a secondary or third pitch. I'm not sure exactly what he throws, but
weak little grounder picked up by Gerritsen and goes to first and gets the out. So 2 up and 2 down. Mentioned that Nick Rush was over in Waupun earlier today listening, and I don't know if he's watching right now, said everything looks great, sounds great, and goalpost 210.
I knew the station was off early. I should have probably contacted him and let him know. If I had to reset all my clocks today with my power being out last night.
And also got an update from over in Reedsburg where the 9U team is playing over there, and they're in the championship game. They're going to take on Verona, a team they lost to a couple times during the season. They've even got a PA announcer, a recorded PA announcer every time somebody comes up to bat. Now batting for, so yeah, and they'll have that.
Voice.
Yeah, they have music, they have walk-up music and everything.
Cool.
Strike on the next pitch in.
There's the future of Waupun baseball coming up right now.
I had it all recorded. They were going to do it for us, but they just decided now they didn't want to do it. Leave that for Verona.
5 or 6 years, you'll start seeing those guys playing up here on the big field.
Yeah. Let's get a little taste of it already. Well, a walk issued to Januszewski and Cody Pieper coming up to bat. So 2 down, runner at first. 4-0 lead for post 210. And that one's going to get now between the legs of Camp and back to the backstop, and runner advances over to second base. So Horicon would love to salvage something out of the inning. Yeah, one of those teams, especially with the chances they had to win the ball games the last 2 times they played, they just must probably have something in the back of their mind about Waupun. They just wanted to find some way to beat them, the evil empire of the biggest city within our regional.
Yeah, not the way you want to start with all the errors in that first inning. It's a complete changer.
And this is chopped on the ground, picked up by Krieger. It's a fair ball, and touches first and gets the out. So Horicon comes up empty. 1 walk, 1 stranded, 1 strikeout. And Waupun, after 1 complete, now leading this game 4-0. Back with the top of inning number 2 right after this on the Source.
Pitches for Garrettson in inning 1. 15 pitches. Also, if you know of anybody who is not able to make it to the
Welcome back here to the Gus. This is Jeff Sauer on Jeff's live streams. Going to be switching over to RadioPlusInfo.com on YouTube. So RadioPlusInfo.com if you want to continue to watch this game here from the Gus. We have a partnership set up with them, and I can see that there's 9 of you out there that are currently watching it on Jeff's live stream. So please make sure I put it in the chat as well. And then I also want to make sure an announcement out there. If you are watching it on Radio Plus, make sure you put stuff in the chat, and we'll make sure that we give you a call shout out. So thanks to Missy Holtz for saying Go Waupun Post 210. And once again, on Jeff's live stream, we will be shutting off at the end of this inning.
Again, and hopefully we got our people switching over from Jeff's live stream over to RadioPlusInfo.com. Bringing you the game again. I want to thank a lot of our sponsors, too, with Home and Auto Sales, WW Electric, Mike's Wild Boar Liquor Store, New Medical Center, Waupun Booster Club, C. Broxby Electric, Waupun Equipment, just a few of the many sponsors bringing us post 210 baseball. Coming up for Waupun with that 4-0 lead. First is number 9 in the batting order, Hunter Camp, then back to the top with Mason Holtz and Austin Weiss.
I supported one of those sponsors last night.
Which one did you go to?
Mike's.
Mike's, okay.
Had to make sure I got provisions in case the storm damage was bad.
A few complaints by the Horicon faithful over there as Hunter was kind of a check swing a little bit almost with his arms. He kind of was in the movement of doing that, didn't swing the bat at all, but caught his arm and over at first base now, hit by a pitch. And Holtz is going to pop another one up. This one over on the right side of the field, second baseman, right behind.
Dropped again.
Dropped. I don't know what's going on. They're going to still get that lead off, our lead runner. But then the second baseman was there, Jordan Heine, and right behind first base, all planted underneath, and he misses it, but still had the time, of course, to throw to second to get that out. Crazy.
Yeah, that was, again, a relatively easy play. Right off the heel of his glove and down. Fortunately for Horicon, he had time to throw to second for the force out.
Austin Weiss up to bat now. He had a walk and then actually got himself all the way home. For all those errors started happening for Horicon. Runner goes on the pitch. And that was going to hop over the top of the runner, and he's safe over at second base, Mason Holtz.
Not even close.
No.
Eggleston, the big guy, as we said, he's all of 6'10" on the mound. A little slow delivery to the plate. Runner is able to get huge jumps.
Down in the dirt and pounces over the top of the catcher, Joe Gibbs, back to the backstop, and now Holtz has himself over to third base. Like I said, the U9 team in the championship game, I'm sure they're playing. They didn't tell me who they're playing, but Verona is what I said. Yeah, that's, like I said, the evil empire. It always comes in with their own walk-up music and everything, but they're... Last time they played them, it was a 1-0 game, and they didn't score until like the 6th inning. Waupun just couldn't get any hits, but the time before they played them, lost by double figures.
Nothing wrong with making it a little bit fun for those guys, keep their interest. You know, I credit them for doing that.
And a nice sharp hit right between short and third base, out to left field off the bat of Austin Weiss. RBI single for him. When it comes in, Waupun now leads 5-0. That will bring Noah Garrettson up to bat. He is the one that hit that one high in the air out towards left field, and Gavin Hurley was camped underneath it and still off his glove and on the ground, and that's one of those 2 outs they should have had last inning. There it goes on the first pitch. Yeah, they're going to shoot it over there anyway, and a little late. He's safe over at second base. Yeah, no hesitation for Waupun. He's taking the bases here.
They're not stealing on Joe Gibbs, the catcher. They're stealing on Eggleston, the pitcher, getting huge jumps.
A weak little ground over to second base. Heine charges, scoops it up, throws to first to get the out. That does move Weiss over to third base. So 2 down, runner at third base. 1 run in the inning. Waupun leading 5-0 in a new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard.
Stolen base. Good job of moving him to third. Always important. A pass ball, wild pitch, anything can score.
First pitch inside. Then we kind of got the gist of what's going to go on in Viroqua for the winner of this ball game. They'll be playing against Springs coming up on Friday at 5 o'clock. This one is hit high in the air out towards left field. Left fielder Hurley going back, sets up before the warning track and hauls it in for the out. A little bit too much air underneath that one. A little lower trajectory maybe if he hit it hard enough. But Waupun does come up with 1 run and now lead this game 5-0 after 1.5 innings. Back to the Gus in just 1 minute with the bottom half of inning number 2 on the Source.
Once again, thank you for watching on Jeff's live stream. This is going to be turned off right now as the Horicon Post 157 is going to come up to bat, so make sure that you log into RadioPlusInfo.com in order to watch this live stream. It's going to be coming off here on Jeff's live stream right now. So one more time, RadioPlusInfo.com to watch this game with a call from Steve Winterhack and Randy Armga here on YouTube.
And recommend this to friends and family who have had joint issues, shoulders, backs, and knees.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Waupun does come up with a run in the top of inning number 2. Coming up now for Horicon, number 5 in the batting order, Anthony Bergman, followed by Joe Gibbs and Blake Peplinski. This pitch into Bergman is fouled out of play over on the first base side. Strike 1.
Good fastball by Garrettson, a little tardy on the swing.
So a lot of the pitchers, everybody works pretty fast. We don't have too many of those guys. Haven't seen one yet that really takes his time and walks around the pitcher's rubber a few times. These guys are all pretty quick workers that I've seen so far this weekend.
Yeah, Waupun makes a point of teaching that in their pitching. You know, but you're right. All the teams have done a nice job of that.
Bouncer right back to the glove of Noah Garrettson. Takes a few steps towards first. Underhand throw to Krieger at first to get the out.
Brings up the catcher, number 25, Joe Gibbs.
And Waupun, they pride themselves in that. They tell their pitchers to stay on the mound. You know, some pitchers, after they pitch, they'll walk all the way down there halfway to home plate. And before, when the catcher throws it back, then they turn their back, walk all the way back.
That adds up.
Yeah.
Joe Gibbs up to bat, and the first one to him misses high for ball one.
Yeah, you throw your pitch, set yourself to become a defensive player, and then stay on the mound. Catcher will zing it back and hit your sign and go. Your pace.
Next pitch, a swing and a miss. 1-1 pitch on the way, and coming right back at your radio.
Thought you would have had that one.
No.
It wasn't for that big net in front of you. I know you would have had
Wasn't
that
for
one.
that big net, I'd be underneath this table right now. I've heard people get hit up here when it goes through there. Wasn't it Steve Lenz that got hit up here?
Broke the glass and everything, yeah.
I couldn't even get out of the way if I wanted to on that one.
There was one small hole about 4 inches square in the netting, and the ball went right through there.
Ooh, changes the speed on that one, way ahead of it. A swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch there for Noah Gerritsen, and Joe Gibbs takes that walk back to the dugout, being fooled on that pitch. So 2 down, nobody on, and Blake Poplinski coming up to bat. I've had my chance to catch a ball during a Brewery game once, and this is some years ago because Jimmy Gantner was playing.
That's a long time ago.
A long time ago.
And you aired it?
Yeah, I was down the third baseline, maybe about 20 rows up, sitting next to my kids and my wife.
Oh, man.
And all of a sudden, Gantner gets up and slices one right into the crowd, coming right at me. 0-2 pitch, misses high and away, makes the count 1-2, and I reach up with both my hands and right through my hands and lands on the seat right next to my wife, who had some nachos in her hand and a soda in the other one, and she wouldn't grab the ball. It was my error anyway, but she could have helped clean it up for me a little bit. But now a guy from behind her reaches forward, grabs the ball, and the whole game right here. I can't believe I got a ball at the Brewery game. And strike 3 on the next pitch in. But to finish up the story, an old guy ahead of us looked at me and goes, "That was your ball, son. That was your ball." Made me feel any worse with my kids there. A couple strikeouts, though, for Noah Gerritsen. 3 up, 3 down inning for Horicon. And now, after 2 complete, Waupun leading 5-0, top of the third, just 1 minute away on the Source.
Waupun Athletic Booster Club as the nonprofit recipient for the month of August. All proceeds will go to fund their athletic teams. So support the Booster Club by playing bingo at the Britton House on Wednesday nights in August, starting at 6 p.m. The Booster Club has given back over $1,400 to each team for working concessions in the past 2 years. Good luck, Waupun Legion, in your game today.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your state of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
Start marching around out here on the field. A little walk on the catwalk. Yeah, good job by Travis Hull. All the great music he's playing. Dating us on a few of the songs here, but we are into the top of inning number 3. Waupun leading 5-0. And coming up to the plate will be Jake Krieger, number 5 in the batting order, followed by Bryant Ferris and Dane Stelsel.
The only thing I took away from your story was your wife, Deb, saved the nachos and the Miller Lite.
So next time I'll buy you some more nachos. Grab the ball. Save some face for me that we still got the ball. And so she embellishes with the story later in life. Now she says the kids were crying and they were devastated. And
She was crying.
Yeah,
the guy behind you was mocking you.
Jake Krieger is plunked with the pitch. So, third guy hit by a pitch so far for Waupun's battery. That's a leadoff hitter. The leadoff guy on, and that'll bring up Bryant Ferris. He seems to find a way onto the base. He got hit by a pitch back in the first inning.
No controversy there. That's right in the middle of the box. Just hit him square in the ribs. Nowhere to go.
He's turning a bunt, but that one's popped in the air. Diving catch. Nice job by the big guy. Alex Eggleston gets over close to the first base foul line and dives forward and hauls it in for the out. Keeps the runner at first. Nice job by the big pitcher for Horicon.
Cat-like reflexes there by the big fella. Wow.
Yeah, that was good.
Luckily for Krieger, he wasn't that far off of first. Could have got doubled off. Yeah, that must have been back in the days of County Stadium, huh? Not Miller Park.
Yeah, that was definitely County Stadium. Yeah. You're looking back in the late 80s or something, somewhere in there, right around 90.
Sure, Gantner never played at Miller Park. That would be an easy trivia answer.
Number 17, second baseman.
Eden, Wisconsin.
Yeah, they still have signs outside of town. Anybody been to Eden lately? Have their Jimmy Gantner sign outside of town?
Campbellsport High School, right?
And here's a base hit between the shortstop and third base. Off the bat of Dane Stelsel.
Stelsel's second hit of the game.
Stelsel with the second base hit of the ball game.
Yeah, that RBI single back in the first inning. 2 RBIs on that one. Back in the first inning. Ethan Cunningham coming up to bat now.
Krieger got a little bit of I don't know if he was going to steal. He got a little jump on that, like maybe a fake steal attempt. Moved the shortstop towards second base to cover, and is also able to hit right through that gap.
It's down to the dirt and blocked by Joe Gibbs. Keeps in front of him. Runners will stay right where they're at first and second base. Yeah, just take care of business here. You have a nice rest of the day that you can do some stuff here on the weekend yet and get yourself thinking about going to the state tournament in Viroqua. Waupun can take care of business here in the ball game.
Missy Holtz put in the chat, go Waupun.
Missy Holtz, regular viewer and a listener to the games. Go Waupun from Missy. Anybody else has anything to say, just give us a little shout out on the chat. Just punch on that and put a little message out there to support the team. Jeff will pass that along to us. We need some of those messages from you people out there. 1-1 the count now for Ethan Cunningham with runners at first and second base. Catches his jersey too. Probably just caught a little bit of the jersey that was kind of sticking out a little bit there. And the fourth Waupun batter to be hit by a pitch heads over to first base, Cunningham, and that also loads up the bases for post 210.
Only one out. Infield fly will be in, situation will be in right now. I'm going to have a mound visit here.
Coach is coming out. We'll take a little break here. Be back as Waupun leading 5-0 here in the top of inning number 3.
Reputation for being the best. The toughest zero-turn mower ever made doesn't come easy. It's earned by a precision cut, a perfectly manicured lawn, a job well done. It's earned by outworking, outperforming, and outdoing with horsepower, handling, and versatility. It's heavy-duty build quality and cutting power that means business. Introducing Bobcat zero-turn mowers. Bring tough to turf. See them at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. And introducing Eden Equipment in Eden as a new dealer.
Hey, just a little quick visit to the mound by the coach. Kind of patted his big pitcher in the chest a few times, knowing that they still look, you can probably keep on being haunted by the first inning where none of the runs should have came in if everybody would have made their plays out there. 2 errors. Waupun scores 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Lead 5-0. Now with bases loaded, 1 down, and Hunter Camp up to bat. First pitch into Camp, misses outside. Camp was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. So you get to this point, especially the 4th or 5th game you get into any kind of these tournaments, you don't have anybody left. Your main guys are gone, and that one makes its way on top of this concession stand area over there and back out on the field. Chance for Waupun to really put a stranglehold on this ball game with a little base hit or something right now. 5-0 in your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. It's going to stay high. It is now 2-2 to Camp.
I can tell you my favorite Miller Park story.
Yeah.
Now American Fam Field.
Yeah. Ooh, and then Camp hit for the second time in the ball game.
Hit by a pitch.
And that'll bring a run in for Waupun.
Brings number 12.
Little conga line going around the bases right now for Waupun. They lead now 6-0.
Now
Here comes the coach along with a player with him. We are going to have a pitching change here. Waupun leads now 6-0 with one down, bases loaded here in the top of the third inning. And Randy and I'll take a little break, come back as they get this pitcher warmed up. You're tuned in to Waupun American Legion Post 210 Baseball on The Source.
Now pitching for Horicon, number 14, Aaron Anderson. So the DH would probably stay there. Eggleston finishes the game with 54 pitches, 54. Responsible for all three bases.
Oof. It's going to get brutal here. They really nailed one guy with Krieger. Everybody else kind of got just nicked.
The last one here, Hunter was pretty right in the middle of the thigh. Yeah, it was.
His was, I guess his was. The other ones were a little bit.
Yeah, they were close.
One was a jersey from Cunningham's. Okay, we're back. Here we go, back again to the Gus and Waupun. They're leading 6-0. New pitcher in the ball game now, Aaron Anderson. With one down, he's going to inherit bases loaded, something probably thanking his teammate Alex Eggleston. Thanks a lot for putting me in here, but it's coming in now with bases loaded. 2 runs into the inning. Waupun leading 6-0 here in the top of inning number 3. And top of the order coming up to bat, besides.
Infield is in, trying to limit the damage. Third, first, even second is shorter, in tight.
First pitch, strike right down the middle, and Holtz takes all the way for strike 1.
Get a hard grounder here. I'm sure they'll be coming to the plate. Try and get that force out at home.
Anderson's next pitch. That one is swung on and fouled out of play over on the left field side. Puts the count now at 0-2 to Mason. It's only one down, too, so Waupun would love to get a few more runs out of this situation. Next pitch, a miss outside.
Curveball, he tried to backdoor Holtz, but started it way too far off the plate.
You know, one way or another, we're going to have some coverage of Waupun if they would make it to the state tournament. Their tournament over in Viroqua. Figure that out exactly, the logistics of the whole thing, but one way or another we'll have it done. We know Jeff can probably get there about a half an hour faster than any of us because the way he came back from Minneapolis and like light speed to get over here on Friday.
Cruise on 88 and go in the right lane so you don't get passed by everybody.
Yeah, there's a chopper past the pitcher. They're going to try to get the out at home. They do. That was a good play. Shortstop Landon Stripling right behind the mound, between just in front of second base a little bit and off towards shortstop, but just tailor-made to get the ball and throw it home to get the force out. So 2 down. Bases are still loaded. Austin Weiss is up to bat. Say that one catches the outside part of the plate away from the right-handed hitting Weiss.
Austin was walked, and then he had a hit. So he is 1 for 1 in the game coming to this plate appearance.
Yeah, with an RBI. Nice job here by Austin, the guy in that second slot. So So 1-1's the count to Austin Weiss with 2 down, bases still loaded. 6-0 Waupun over Horicon. Fastball misses outside.
One of those guys is Weiss that was able to come back. He was young enough to come back a extra year of Legion. I guess you can call it that, an extra year after you graduate.
I was actually the youngest guy in our class, and I was available to come back for that extra year, but they didn't want me. So I said, no, you're fine. We're fine. We were fine last year with you. This is even better without you.
You and I are in the same class, and I'm like 11 months older than you.
Yeah. Like 5 days away from being a year older, I think. And the 5th on September 30th, so yeah. My mom and dad couldn't wait to get me out of the house.
That's obvious, yes.
Number 13, Noah.
So we'll walk.
Garrison.
Issue to Weiss. 1 run comes in on that. Now leads this game 7-0.
My parents loved me. They didn't want to see me go. You were out the door early.
Well, you were a hired hand. They don't want to
farm kid.
Yeah,
right.
farm kid. They don't want you guys to leave. Again, Noah Garrettson up to bat with bases loaded. 7-0 lead for post 210. Ooh, that one curves out of the strike zone. Big cut there by Garrettson. Swings and misses. Now down to the count 0-2.
Garrettson looking at getting a 10-run lead here in this game on that swing.
0-2 pitch now for Noah Garrettson. Just as we mentioned how fast the pitchers are pitching, now we got a guy that's takes a little more deliberate. Yeah.
Well, he's inherited a jam right here. It's not easy. I'm
He's
sure
looked everywhere.
He's not one of their top couple of pitchers and come into this situation.
Just off the outside part of the plate, Garrettson lets it go by. That's ball 1. Count is now 1-2. Yeah, upon scoring every inning so far, 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 here in the third. That one goes off the glove of the catcher and off to the left, and runners all advance 1 base, which means another runner comes in for Waupun.
Nothing going right for post 157 today.
And runners at second and third. You have Garrettson up to bat with a 2-2 count. Yeah, rough game so far for Horicon. And it was when the Waupun played them on Friday, too, with a 7-1 victory after they played so close earlier in the season. 2-2 pitch. Ooh, that one is tight, and you can say that one off the bat, and it's a foul ball. Makes the count 2-2 yet.
Definitely hit something. Wasn't hard to tell if it hit hands or bat, but
This was where you start shaking your hand out. Like,
well, I think you offered right there either
Yeah.
way. So yeah, it's gonna be a strike one way or the other.
hard hit ball. That one gets past the third baseman out to left field. That's going to score 2, an RBI, 2 RBI single off the bat of Noah Garrettson. Just smoked one right down the line past the third baseman.
Garrettson with the base hit to left scores 2, brings up number 25.
We have seen Noah do that more than once in this tournament. Just turn on a ball and too hot to handle for a third baseman as it screams past the bag.
2 more runs come in. Waupun now leading 10-0 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. We're going to try to get some interviews after the game, too, with some of the Waupun players, maybe Coach Derek Stanke. Pitch into Sauer, misses. Next one catches the outside part of the plate, makes the count 1-1. Yeah, some great years. A lot of teams making it to the state tournament over the years here at Waupun. It's just been some of the glory years of Legion baseball. Impressive teams. The curveball is poked out towards center field, but Blinsky comes in off to his left and hauls it in for out number 3. But Waupun does come up with 5 runs in the inning and now lead this game at 10-0. Be back with the bottom half of inning number 3 coming your way right after this on The Source.
Looking for an easy way to grow your savings? Kasasa Server attaches to your Kasasa Cash or cashback account and allows you to earn a high rate of return on your deposits, including the rewards that get swept over from your checking account. Discover the many benefits of opening a Kasasa account by visiting Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake, or take a look at their website at ergobank.com. Ergo Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Most of us plan ahead in life. We plan for our wedding, our children's education, family vacations, and other life events. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning your funeral has prompted many to take the step and plan for their own arrangements. The biggest reason is so your family is put at ease by knowing your decisions are taken care of. The burden is lifted off their shoulders. Call 324-5547 to discuss pre-planning your funeral arrangements.
Coles Community Funeral Homes, Marquezan, Randolph, and Waupun.
Make a splash during the Make This the Summer event at Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun and Ripon. $4,000 off of MSRP on a new 2022 Ram 1500 V6 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4 when financed with Chrysler Capital. 0% for 60 months financing to qualified customers on a new 2022 Wagoneer 4x4 Series 2 or Series 3. Check out our selection at homeandauto.com. We want to make you feel at home at Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon and Waupun.
Plus tax, title, and dealer service fee, subject to approved credit.
Bottom of the third inning seemed like that top of the inning took a long time. It did, because 5 runs came in for Waupun, only on a couple of hits in that inning.
Yeah, 2 hits, 5 runs. It shows you how things have gone sour for Horicon. Waupun is the visiting team here by way of coin flip, if anybody's wondering why they're the visitors when they're playing at home.
Yeah, you get to the tournament, it's just more of a neutral thing. If they do a coin toss before each game. One is fouled off the mask of Hunter Camp for strike 1 with Landon Strife, your shortstop, up to bat now. And this is only his first at bat. They haven't been through the batting order yet.
I think that actually went off the home plate umpire. Yeah.
How was it off his?
Yeah, Hunter Camp taking the slow walk out there.
He takes the courtessy walk. That's
right.
There's an understanding between catchers and the home plate umpires, isn't there?
That's right. If a guy, especially if a catcher takes a foul tip in the cup, that's a courtesy to take a slow walk out to the mound as an umpire and come back, and you can
sweep the plate maybe a little bit.
Talk to him on the way back, asking if you're set and if you're good, and making sure they're ready.
I guess they're both in the trenches together back there, kind of going through the same thing. How easy is that to get hit in the 5? Must be not that hard because you got hit twice in the same spot.
Full tips, yeah. You don't. My wife always says, "Well, are you getting so slow you don't have time to get out of the way?" It's like, yeah, one 1/100th of a second from the bat to your leg.
Full count pitch. And they say it's a bit outside to Strife, and a leadoff walk issued to Horicon. So we got a base runner on with Gavin Hurley coming up, their left fielder. And then the top of the order waiting on deck with Jordan Heine.
Garrettson throwing out of the stretch. Haven't seen that a whole lot today.
First pitch is down to the dirt for ball 1.
Only the second base run. See, you're using the booster seat again today.
Yeah, we got Stanky's booster seat.
Stanky's chair that puts you about 8 inches off the floor.
Yeah.
Not quite high enough without to see the game.
I know Derek's legs would be kind of swinging right now, where you kind of kick his feet and stuff like that, and I can't. My feet are touching the ground. So. There's just, it's not fair because they're such easy targets right now. We'll talk to Derek, and I won't admit that I did that. But.
No, I won't tell him. I'm sure he'll never watch this replay and know that you said that about his short little legs.
3-0 pitch, and next one's a fastball right down the middle taking. He is Hurley. And we're kind of trying to get a couple of guys on base. That catches the upper part of the strike zone. And they thought he had ball 4 on that one. He's ready to toss his bat, but no, it's 3-2 count now. He's got to be fighting for his life now. Comes the 3-2 pitch. And swung on and fouled back and out of play. Still a 3-2 count. Yeah, if you have something to say out there, you want to cheer on Post 210, just go to, there's actually a chat button. Is that what it is? You just click on that? You just hit on chat and type a little message, and we'll get it across and get it out to the team for you.
And Missy Holt's on board again, saying she appreciates this being shown. She's watching Eclipse 14U softball at Menasha right now.
Oh, boy.
And watching our game.
And strike three right down the middle to Gavin Hurley. Let it go by, and he goes down after being up in the count 3-0, goes down looking. So one down, and back to the top of the order with one down. A runner at first with Jordan Heine, the second baseman, coming up to bat. Just a second at bat of the game. He struck out back to start things out for Horicon back in the first inning. Fastball misses high on the first pitch into Heine. Called strike on the next pitch. Puts the count at 1-1. I want to thank Rich Osterhaus for finishing touches by Rich, sponsoring all of our broadcasts the last few years. Big supporter of high school sports. A great supply right now, and some very good prices of luxury vinyl plank, also some luxury vinyl tile. Great carpeting choices. Great quality stuff, too. Strike on the next pitch. And also we'll design your cabinets for you and your countertops. Busy guy over there. A lot of people have been fixing up their houses over the last couple of years with the COVID thing going on, and everybody's remodeling their house, building houses now. Let's pop in the infield. So where it comes in, and that one goes off his glove and on the ground and throws it to second to get the runner from first base going to second, but you are looking straight up in the sun if you get right underneath it. You're looking straight up there. And third time we've seen it now. Of course, the second baseman wasn't looking up.
Number 31, third baseman.
I just got a little casual on that one. No harm done. Is able to toss it easily over to second base for the force. Looks at a fielder's choice if you're scoring.
So that is two down with Anthony Oschner up to bat. Rounded up back to the pitcher back in the first inning. Pitch misses outside, puts the count at 1-1. 10-0 Waupun on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Here's a grounder over to second base, picked up by Weiss, swallows it up, throws over to Sauer at second base. Gets the force out over there, and Waupun just gives up that walk. Also had a strikeout. Nobody even gets over to third base at all for Horicon. And Waupun now leading 10-0 after three complete. We'll be back with the top of the fourth inning coming up right after this on The Source.
We still have a no-hitter going, don't we?
20
Yeah.
pitches for Garrett's in inning 3, total now 49 pitches.
Complete it should be now, and it's obviously no hits, no runs, no errors, 4 strikeouts.
What we got here? Oh, 60. This is really kind of going slow on that one. A little slower.
They kind of wrote this backward, but that's that game. And then if they would win, they would play at 5 on Saturday if they would win their first game. And this was 11-0 Springs beating Rosendale in the championship of that other
When
half.
was theirs? When did they have their
Leading things off in the Waupun.
Okay, we are back for the top of the fourth inning. Waupun taking care of things defensively in the ball game, leading 10-0. And definitely taking care of things out there, being aggressive on the base paths to make Horicon pay for any errors or miscues out there. Hard hit ball goes past over the glove of the third baseman, Anthony Oschner, off the bat of Jake Krieger. Hit it hard, tried to backhand the ball. And Krieger safe over at first base.
Almost took him in the, I'm not sure, knocked his hat off. I wasn't sure if it hit him in the head or not, off his glove.
So runner at first base now for post 210. Top of the fourth, 10-0.
Now batting number 1, left fielder
Brian Ferris up to bat now for Waupun. So far he's been hit by a pitch and scored that inning back in the first. And he flew out to the pitcher. Yeah, that diving catch by Eggleston. Called strike on the next pitch in. Puts the count at 1-1.
Joe Gibbs wanted to throw the ball back to the mound, and Anderson was picking up his hat that had blown off, and
yeah,
the ball kind of slipped out of his hand and harmlessly rolled towards third base. No advancement on the play.
Of course, when you got hair, too, then you got to face the wind, so it blows your hair back and get it back in that hat again. There's a nice hit out to left center field off the bat of Brian Ferris, putting runners now at first and second base.
Ferris with the base hit to left center. Brings
Nice
third base.
job by Waupun, getting the first batters on base, first and second base, and that will bring up Dane Stelsel.
Nobody out. Runners on first and second.
Dane, one of the, maybe the only senior that was left on the high school baseball team for Waupun. So, all those guys coming back, a lot of young guys, and people will be playing another year of high school ball. Some good young players coming up. They were on that JV team, the Legion JV team.
Going to be some excellent freshmen on next year's freshman year.
So swings on the next one. This was behind the catcher, kind of drifts its way off the netting and out of play. Yeah, they got some. Heard some pretty good athletes coming out of that, going into the freshman class. So I think the future looks real bright for Waupun baseball and some other sports too.
Freshman sophomore group next year is going to be very solid.
Boys, interested to see who they bring up from, who might be playing up at the big varsity level with those sports coming up. Boy, that one right over the top of the helmet on a fastball to Stelsel. Oof.
Dane was like, what was that?
What?
Just happened.
Runners do advance over to second and third. Well, it is the air adventure going on right now. This was a flyby going right by his head.
I think they dodged the severe weather there in Oshkosh, I think.
Oh, did they? They didn't get the...
It mostly went south of there. I mean...
There's a hard hit ball, and that one is backhanded by the third baseman. A one-hopper over to first on his throw. Run does score, but a nice play by Oschner, was kind of got a little limber out there because of the other one that went by. And that one, now he backhanded it on a hard hit ball from Stelsel. Gets the out over at first base. So a runner at second, one run in. Waupun now leads 11-0.
Yeah, good job. Nice play.
Ethan Cunningham up to bat now for post 210. Aaron Anderson, who came in last inning, is now down to the count 1-0 into Cunningham. Missing his last pitch outside.
Able to get himself out of a jam there with a good pitch, ground ball to third.
That catches the outside part of the plate. A called strike. Puts the count now at 1-1. Hunter Camp waiting on deck. 1-1 the count. Cunningham up to bat, checking over to second base, and that one well behind the head of Cunningham. And some nice control, and all of a sudden he just does a couple of those behind the back of your head or the top of your helmet.
Ferris moves up to third on the play.
What pitcher was that in the last out of the state tournament that purposely threw in on the warm-up pitches?
Vaughn.
Yeah.
Vaughn Williston.
Williston, yeah. He said he purposely did that just to make him so they wouldn't get too settled in at the plate when he pitched. And knowing him, I totally 100% believe him, too.
Threw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball off the backstop. Yeah. He's a big guy, too.
Yeah.
Big, strong kid. A little imposing on the mound.
2-2 pitch. Poked in the air. Looks like the short's going to take over. Landon Stripe, the shortstop, will take it over.
And flies out to the shortstop for out.
That is out number 2 for Waupun. Still a runner at third base. Waupun has scored every inning so far. 4 in the first inning, 1 in the second, 5 runs in the third inning, and now 1 run here in the fourth inning. And Hunter Camp coming up. Hunter's been hit by a pitch both at bats so far in the game. Fastball misses high. The pitch from Anderson. Top of the order, waiting on deck. Anderson's next pitch, another called strike over the outside part of the plate. A trip to the state tournament in Viroqua, which starts on Friday. The winner of this tournament, looking to be Waupun here, will play at 5 o'clock coming up on Friday at Viroqua. Historic field. This is poked over towards the shortstop. Strife picks it up and fires the first to get the out. But Waupun does come up with 1 run and only a 1 hit in there. 2 hits, I should say, in that inning. Waupun now leads the game 11-0 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. We'll be back with the top or bottom half of inning number 5 right after this on the Source 4. Let's get it right.
Liquor Store. They are your party headquarters. The premier liquor store serving Waupun and the surrounding areas since 2008. Offering beer, liquor, wine, and other bar necessities. 814 West Main Street in Waupun. Open from 8:30 a.m. until 9 p.m. every day. Stock up for the next big game at Mike's Wild Boar Liquor Store in Waupun today. Good luck, Waupun Legion, in your game today. From Mike's Wild Boar Liquor Store. Today's game sponsored by the Waupun Athletic Booster Club. The Britton House has chosen the Waupun Athletic Booster Club as the nonprofit recipient for the month of August. All proceeds will go to fund their athletic teams. So support the Booster Club by playing bingo at the Britton House on Wednesday nights in August, starting at 6 p.m. The Booster Club has given back over $1,400 to each team for working concessions in the past 2 years. Good luck, Waupun Legion, in your game today.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name is Mary, and I was treated at the New Medical Center for knee pain. I couldn't walk long distances, stand up from a chair easily, or do stairs well. Now
of the fourth inning, number 15, designated hitter Daniel Januszewski. Januszewski strikes out for out number 1. Brings on number 24, right fielder Cody Pieper.
Sunday afternoon in Waupun at the Gus.
Easy flowing, relaxed, delivery, ball zings up to the plate.
Maybe too relaxed. Disengage once in a while. Calling a game. Decided early in the ball game. Low and inside.
I mentioned my positive Miller Park experience.
Yes. Did we get to that?
We never finished.
Keeper strikes out for out number 2. Brings up number 20, first baseman Anthony Berggren. Berggren grounds out to end the Horicon half of the board. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left at the end of 4 complete.
And up to the booth. Pretty neat.
That is, yeah. He's a superstar there, no doubt. Well, Waupun takes care of business. 2 strikeouts, 1 ground out, and Waupun now leads 11-0 after 4 complete. Back right after this on The Source.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name is Mary, and I was treated at the New Medical Center for knee pain. I couldn't walk long distances, stand up from a chair easily, or do stairs well. Now I can do all of these things and walk 2 miles.
Hi, my name is Linda. I was treated at the New Medical Center for pain in both of my knees, and it has made a huge difference. I couldn't walk up the stairs. I couldn't get up and down easily off the floor after playing with my grandkids. Getting up off the couch at night was difficult. Now I can do all of that. Right now I have no pain in my knees. I would definitely recommend this procedure to anybody who has pain in their knees, and I would recommend that you do it sooner rather than later.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Pretty easy and happy for all the Waupun fans here at the Gus in Waupun. Beautiful day. Possibly get things done at a decent time here this afternoon. Still do some more weekend stuff yet and have some fun. Happy together.
Half of the 5th. Number 12.
Yeah, we're going now to the top of the 5th inning. And top of the order is up now for Post 210, leading now 11-0 on your New Medical Integrated Healthcare scoreboard.
Mason Holtz has flown out to shortstop and had 2 fielder's choices, but he scored it both times after that.
So it's chopped over towards first base. Berggren picks it up and is going to tag Holtz to see if he'd walk right into the tag. He holds up and says, no, you got to go back there and tag the base about 8 or so feet up the line and stop to make him run back and touch first base to get the force out. So 1 down, and Austin Weiss seems to find some way to get himself on base pass one way or another. He's got a couple of walks and has a RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Scored a couple times in the ball game.
You and I did the state tournament in Nakusa. I remember that. Veggie Van Galen was playing. I believe there was a guy on base at the time. But
one of my favorite baseball plays that I called, but yeah, you can explain it.
Yeah, Veggie going down to first, similar play to that. First ball hit to the first baseman, and then first baseman took his eyes off of Van Galen as he's going to first to look where the other runners were, and Veggie just ducked down, crawled underneath him, and popped up on the other side, safe at first.
Nobody covering first and over there, so he just thought he was going to get that tag, and that was pretty cool. Yeah, Veggie was up in the little broadcast area yesterday. Put him on and talked about that. One of the more memorable plays I've called in the years of doing baseball. That's Veggie, though. It seems like something, if anybody's going to do it, they'd ask me at a game that you're at. One of the Waupun guys did that, I would say. Probably Veggie. But I did it with success. Unless they do it at that level at a state tournament. Weiss again walked for the 3rd time in the ball game.
Yeah, some fun trips. I had a chance to be a part of a lot of those. You went to, where the heck did you go with the orangutan? Where was that?
I was in Waupun, North Dakota.
Yeah, Waupun, North Dakota.
Yeah.
I was working. I couldn't go, but
yeah, we had some fun with that. I should have made the trip over to the zoo to actually get to meet the orangutan over there. You know, Julie Bronkhorst, they said that their family went over there and they said said that they could do sign language and everything else, but it's just that was the running joke was home of the only orangutan in captivity in North Dakota, which just led me to believe there are a lot of them running around loose. So I kept on.
Captive one, yes.
Yeah, it's the only captive one. I thought, well, it sounds like there's more then.
Yeah, I had the opportunity.
Should have went over there.
I had the opportunity, along with a lot of other parents, we went to Pratt, Kansas, where we got there on a Wednesday for games and had 7 inches of rain. Didn't play until.
Oh, you've had some washouts.
Yeah, we had a two-day washout where we did nothing but hang around, tour the small towns of the area.
Ever see anybody walk through the McDonald's drive-through?
I know someone that did that.
Okay.
I also know someone that we just mentioned about a minute ago, a young man that ran across from the hotel and pulled the tail of a horse.
The base hit for Noah Gerritsen. Hit it over between first and second base. Throw home way too late. And again, for the third time in the ball game, Austin Weiss touches home plate.
Shortstop number 25.
Opposite field hit there for Noah Gerritsen. Gets himself an RBI in that. Waupun now leading 12-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Veggie ran across the street and pulled the tail of a horse.
We were right across from McDonald's, and there was a horse trailer pulled in with the horse's tails were hanging out the back of the trailer. Somebody dared him to do it. Bet you can't go pull that horse's tail.
Yes.
And Brandon ran across like a cat and jumped over and just grabbed and jerked the tail. Horse was kind of banging around inside the trailer. Oh, we laughed.
Oh, boy.
It was so much fun. Ran back, hopped the fence, sat down by the pool like nothing happened.
Not shocking, though, when you hear who did that. So he was here yesterday. We should have had these stories yesterday. He could have defended himself, but he'll admit to him, I'm sure.
And I have to admit, I was the one that walked through the drive-through because my son Avery wanted something to eat, and the McDonald's was open. A lot of customers inside. I went over, and they had just locked the door. Would not let me inside for inside dining or the inside order, so I didn't have my car there. I just got in line behind about 5 other vehicles and walked through the drive-thru.
Took your time to stop and run over the car by car?
I really had to.
Oh, okay. It's poked out towards first baseman. He'll haul it in. Anthony Bergerman gets the out off the bat of Evan Sauer.
First baseman for out number 2. Brings up number 9, first
I do
baseman.
remember the young lady at the mic at the drive-thru telling me, "Please be careful, sir, as you walk through our drive-thru." Worried about an accident.
I've had a lot of good times. On some of these trips that we made for state and for the nationals. That was a good time. A lot of stories I can't really even repeat. So, but we have a good time.
Yeah, I know the Pratt, Kansas trip. We had 2 days where we didn't play, so a lot of the adults were just sitting around in the parking lot of the motel, having a few beverages and that.
He's down in the dirt, and the pitch into Krieger, and heading over to second base is Gerritsen. I should say Sauer.
They're out there just, not
Gerritsen.
being obnoxious or loud or anything like that, but all of a sudden the police officers pulled up.
Yeah.
And everybody said, "Well, Randy, go talk to him." I don't know why I was the designated, most mature person of the group or something, but go over to talk to him. And
Here's a fastball strike into Krieger.
But the officer's saying, "What's going on?" I said, "Well, we're just, we're here for the Legion tournament and got rain delayed, and we're just having a couple beers with we're all adults here."
Yeah, slow roller diving stop by the third baseman, but nowhere to go with it. He's laying flat on his stomach and looks around, and all he can do is stop the ball so the guy doesn't get home. So runners now at the corners for Waupun on that base hit by Jake Krieger. Second base hit of the game.
But I told the officer, I said, "Well, we're just having a beer or two, and everybody here is well above the illegal age." And he's questioning me a little more. And then I said, he said, "Where are you guys from?" I said, "Wisconsin." He said, "Okay."
Okay, that
and
makes
he drove
sense.
away.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's good. It's good because a lot of these tournaments you only play, at least for the first few days, you only play one game in a day. So you got the rest of the day off. So you got to get together with people, and usually would set up camp somewhere outside whatever hotel we were staying at. That was always a good time just to talk about the game and other stuff. So good times.
Remember a lot of bike trail riding by a lot of the.
I brought my bike up to Eau Claire. But it never made it outside. Didn't make it
off the trailer?
Never got it outside the van, the radio station van. This one is hit out into short left field at the bat of Bryant Ferris, and that brings in another run for Waupun.
Ferris with the base hit
to another two-base hit game for Bryant Ferris.
Number 23, third baseman Dane Stelzel.
Bryant having himself a really, really nice regional tournament. He had a pretty strong, I would say, last month of the season. I had to see him quite a bit. Really matured as a person and as a player. A very young man when he came into this season as a high school player.
Dane Stelzel up to bat now. He's got a couple of hits in the ball game. 2 RBI single back in the first inning. A mishandled ball by the center fielder out there also let another run in. Swings on the next pitch in, fouls it back. Count is now 1-1.
Also 2 of 3. Last time up, he grounded out to third, which I thought was a double play ball. So the third baseman stepped on third because I can't see the entire field. I guess I didn't realize there was no one on second.
On the dirt, good job by Joe Gibbs, sliding off to his right and blocking the ball, keeping runners at first and second.
Bit of an uneventful championship game here. Huh?
Oh, kind of took all the excitement out of it right away that first inning, and then the third inning really put a damper on the exciting part of it. But it's well, if you're a Waupun fan, you got to be ecstatic that they're going to be heading out of the state tournament. Again, we were talking about that before. Randy wrote down some of the times for that. They play on Friday at 5:00 against St. Mary Springs. It's foul over in the first baseline off the bat of Dane Stelzel.
I think that regional was decided. I think from what I heard, they might have moved those games up to try and avoid the weather. So I think they finished that part of the that regional yesterday already.
There's a lot of times things aren't decided till Mondays or Tuesdays
right.
after that.
But there's smaller regionals now. I know there was 5 in that one and only 4 here.
And here's one head out towards center field. That's going to drop in. A driving catch attempt out there, and another run comes in for Waupun. Dane Stelzel with his third hit of the ball game. So a great job by him.
7 right fielder. Correction. It looks like we have a pinch hitter, number 11, Chase Beam.
Chase Beam stepping to the plate. How old is Chase?
I believe he's going to be a freshman.
Just going to be a freshman. Pretty solid looking kid to be a freshman.
Pretty good catcher and also a pitcher for the Junior Legion.
Wow. Do some umpiring some games over in the Little League Diamonds. Did a great job. Did a really good job out there. But they told me he was a pretty young guy because a lot of the other guys are. And yeah, he is pretty young, pretty put together. 14-0 now. Post 210. Taking a bad taste in the mouth of Horicon, who lost all their games to them this year, and 2 of them that they played during the regular season. There was definitely an opportunity to win those games. Gave up 7 runs that one game. That's hit out towards right center field, and it's going to go over the top of the glove of the right fielder, Cody Pieper. Brings another run in, 2 runs in for Waupun.
Beam with the double to right field.
Good for Chase there, getting his. I'm thinking maybe his first action as a. Not sure if he played any varsity Legion during the season, but yeah, good for him.
Courtesy runner for Beam, number 2.
Yeah, pretty nice little hit over there out to right center field over the top of the glove of the right fielder, Cody Pieper out there. Brought in 2 runs.
Brings in. Brings in White to be a courtesy. Well, no, it can't be courtesy. He hasn't participated. It's got to be a substitute.
Now batting for Waupun.
Hunter Camp up to bat right now, and who's on deck? We got Holtz on deck. Just occurred the runner you're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about the runner for Beam now.
Brady White.
Brady White has entered the game.
Okay.
Thought maybe courtesy, but it can't be. It's got to be an entry. So Beam hit, White in to run. Yeah, Brady, another young guy that has a bright future. Pitcher, shortstop, middle infielder type of player.
Yes. That's nice. You get to do a lot of the JV. You see the JV team a lot. You know the guys that are coming up in the Junior Legion teams. So said the future looks bright for Waupun baseball. Good young men coming up.
They went 0-2 in the Junior Regional Tournament, but like you said, very young team. Call them a lot of eighth graders. I guess they just finished 8th grade, but going to be freshmen. Probably 7 or 8 of them that played a lot of innings.
Catches the inside part of the plate into Camp. 2-2 the count to Hunter. Runner at second base. 16-0 Waupun.
Top of the 5th inning.
Yeah.
Waupun is the visiting team in this game.
Yeah. Have to be, otherwise be done.
We have another half an inning to go. Yeah, it's a little unusual to see Waupun listed under the guests on the scoreboard, but a neutral tournament.
Yeah, 5 runs in the inning. They put 5 on the board in the 3rd inning and 4 on the board in the 1st inning. They've scored every inning so far in the game. And this is out towards the center field coming in. The center fielder, and nothing's for sure. Nothing's for sure with what we've seen with balls hitting the air, but finally Waupun is retired here in the top of the 5th inning. They lead 16-0.
At the end of 4.5 years.
And a tall task now for Horicon as they come up to bat, trailing by 16 runs. Bottom of the 5th coming your way after this on the Source.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net. The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials, great atmosphere, and excellent entertainment. Coming up on June 4th and 5th, enjoy the music of Jay Langston at the Hour Bar. And then coming up on July 9th, Chris Hodgson will be back at the Hour Bar. Plus, the Hour Bar is the perfect place to cheer on the Milwaukee Brewers. TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head down to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
Shop some great deals this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly Green Giant Vegetables. 4 for $3 with your card. Whole seedless watermelon, limit of 1, $2.99 each. 89 cents each, or free yogurt when you redeem your Pig Points. Ice Mountain Water, the 24-pack of half-liter bottles, $3.99 with your card. And deals on bathroom tissue and paper towel. These and more great deals at the Piggly Wiggly Waupun. Shop the pig all this week.
During the season. Not sure what they've got going over. Do you ever do any of the Springs games?
I did. Yeah, I did. Nice team, well coached. Yeah, all around, just a solid team. I can't remember anyone being a major standout as far as a picture or anything like that, but yeah, it's a quality team.
Poked out towards right center field. Coming in is Krieger, and off his glove. Like I said, nothing for sure. You think he was there definitely in time to haul it in, but we're having trouble hauling in balls here in this ball game today. So the error out in right field. It puts a runner at first base. Brings up their center fielder, Blake Peplinski. This one was fouled back and then out of play.
Trying to do a little paperwork here as we get.
Yeah, we're going to try to get some interviews afterwards. Of course, they do have a presentation of the plaque and then that for a regional championship. That usually means a whole lot of pictures being taken, so I'm going to have to try to get out there in the middle of all that and see if we can get a few guys to come over. I think the plaque's right underneath all our wires here. The home plate shaped plaque
sure.
underneath that.
There you go. Just kept it here for safeguarding by you and I.
That's right.
I didn't know it was there.
Yeah,
But,
because nobody'd see it under all the cords there.
you know, we have quite a conglomeration of cords and wiring going on here, don't we?
Pitch misses outside, makes the count 3-2.
Barely have any room to put down my fish dinner that I didn't even
That's
know was
right.
mine the other night.
I got to put a name on it, or nobody want to touch it. I thought we're eating somebody else's food. If you dug in, especially that cookie on top, that didn't help things.
Homemade by Sandy DeBoer.
With love.
Made her own 2 types of potato salad, her own coleslaw, and all the fixings. She made it all from scratch.
Jeez. Chopped down to the ground and keep himself alive here, Poplinski. This is his second at bat of the ball game here in the 5th inning, and they're just getting their second at bat. Waupun kids have most of the team has had 4 at bats already. One was going to miss, and the first 2 batters get on base. One with an error, one on a walk. So runners at first and second base, and Landon Strife coming up, the shortstop. He walked back in the 3rd inning. Pitching to him, fouls it back and out of play.
Game well under control here for Waupun, but I'm sure Noah Gerritsen would like to finish this game without giving up a run.
Fouls another one out of play on the right field side.
What a beautiful day, huh? It turned out to be. Bright sunshine, nice breeze.
Comfortable, a lot comfortable. That humidity these last few days was unbearable, even right away in the morning yesterday, but it's been nice today. Cat catches the outside part of the plate, and going down looking is Strife.
Yeah, and no argument at all from Strife. He knew he got fooled on a curveball.
7th strikeout of the ball game for Noah Gerritsen. Gavin Hurley up to bat now. He went down looking. Strikeout victim back in the 3rd inning. Keeping an eye on the 9U team playing in Reedsburg. This is chopped over towards shortstop. Sauer picks it up, fires across the field, and not in time. Now bases loaded for Horicon. Those slow choppers out there, and finally gets past the 3rd baseman and over towards Sauer, was off to his right a little bit towards 3rd base, so a long way to throw anyway, and a long time to get to him. Threw a strike over to first, but it's just too late with all that time that they give him to get to first. Base is now loaded with 1 down.
Now batting number 12, Alex Davis.
And that was the first hit. Given up by Noah?
Yes, that was.
Okay.
He had a no-hitter going.
I
didn't want to talk about it at the time. I was well
I thought
aware of it, but
it was a good time to talk about it after they had it.
And that,
we felt good about it.
Boy, that was just a ground ball in the infield that was well placed.
Check swing foul, and the next pitch in. Again, bases loaded, but still a 16-0 lead for Post 210. All set to head on to the state tournament in Viroqua next Friday at 5 o'clock. If you win that game on Friday, you play at 5 o'clock the next day. Springs got there, like we talked about them getting there and their tournament being set up a little bit earlier than ours, but they knocked off the Rosendale team by a score of 11-0. Swing and a miss on the last pitch in. That puts 2 outs on the board with bases loaded. Maybe just going for the shutout right now. See if they can retire the batter at hand. That's Anthony Oschner up to bat.
The short no-hitter is now gone here in the fifth.
Grounder over towards second base, and that is swallowed up over there by Weiss. The out at first base, and Waupun is your regional Class A champion here at the Gus in Waupun, going 3-0 in the tournament, knocking off Horicon by a score of 16-0. They're 3-0 in the tournament and move on to the state tournament in Viroqua coming up next week, Friday. We'll take a break here and maybe try to get out on the field, see if we can get a few interviews with some of the players for Waupun after we come back. But again, Waupun winning 16-0 and winning the regionals. Back after this on The Source.
Yeah, that'll be the same, yeah. One hit. Eight,
87.
He had how many then? Oh, that was updated. Okay, that was after 2
They just gave it here.
History of Wisconsin, where your smile is their business.
Make a splash during the Make This the Summer event at Home & Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun and Ripon. $4,000 off of MSRP on a new 2022 Ram 1500 V6 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4 when financed with Chrysler Capital. 0% for 60 months financing to qualified customers on a new 2022 Wagoneer 4x4 Series 2 or Series 3. Check out our selection at homeandauto.com. We want to make you feel at home at Home & Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon and Waupun.
Plus tax, title, and dealer service fee, subject to approved credit.
Most of us plan ahead in life. We plan for our wedding, our children's education, family vacations, and other life events. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning your funeral has prompted many to take the step and plan for their own arrangements. The biggest reason is so your family is put at ease by knowing your decisions are taken care of. The burden is lifted off their shoulders. Call 324-5547 to discuss pre-planning your funeral arrangements.
Coles Community Funeral Homes, Markesan, Randolph, and Waupun.
A reputation for being the best, the toughest zero-turn mower ever made doesn't come easy. It's earned by a precision cut, a perfectly manicured lawn, a job well done. It's earned by outworking, outperforming, and outdoing with horsepower, handling, and versatility. It's heavy-duty build quality and cutting power that means business. Introducing Bobcat Zero-Turn Mowers. Bring tough to turf. See them at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. And introducing Eden Equipment in Eden as a new dealer.
And Steve, with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. I'd like to thank everybody that came to the anniversary party over the weekend, Steve, right?
Yeah, it was a great time. Everybody that showed up and got to hang out with the band. The band was great. The crowd was great. And we had a fun time. So looking forward to it next year.
Very good. Now, summer is here, of course. Some great beverages on special. And the patio is always bumping out there, too.
It is. You know, we've got all of our beers, patio outside. It's going to be hot. Go enjoy the weather outside if you want to do that, or you can stay inside where it's nice and cool.
And, of course, great lunch special. Soups on special, too, here at the Other Bar.
We've got homemade soups every day, and then we've got our specials rolling on. All of our hot beef, pork, and turkey sandwiches. Stop down and check it out. Great stuff on the menu, too.
All-Star break, of course. Let's get the crew back on track coming up this weekend.
Yes, we need to break, and we'll reset and start over. But got to get back on track, so watch the games, watch all the ridiculous home run contests and stuff. We'll have it all on down for you.
All your sporting goods here at the Other Bar, Main Street, downtown Waupun. Have a great week, Steve. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name is Jim. Came to New Medical for bad knee pain. Before that, I couldn't squat, kneel. I had difficulty getting in my truck. 12 weeks later, things are getting better and improving every day.
Hi there, my name is Steve. I had a lot of pain in my right knee due to arthritis. The results I've experienced have been a lot less pain in my knee. I'm able to walk up and down steps a lot better than I was. I would highly recommend the procedure to anybody that's been talking to an orthopedic surgeon. They wanted to perform a full knee replacement on me, and I thought, I'm pretty young for that, so I was looking for other alternatives.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8888. 800-878-8757.
Today's game sponsored by the Waupun Athletic Booster Club. The Britton House has chosen the Waupun Athletic Booster Club as the nonprofit recipient for the month of August. All proceeds will go to fund their athletic teams. So support the Booster Club by playing bingo at the Britton House on Wednesday nights in August, starting at 6 p.m. The Booster Club has given back over $1,400 to each team for working concessions in the past 2 years. Good luck, Waupun Legion, in your game today.
Make a splash during the Make This the Summer event at Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun and Ripon. $4,000 off of MSRP on a new 2022 Ram 1500 V6 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4 when financed with Chrysler Capital. 0% for 60 months financing to qualified customers on a new 2022 Wagoneer 4x4 Series 2 or Series 3. Check out our selection at homeandauto.com. We want to make you feel at home.
That's what
Ram and Ripon and Waupun.
Tax, title, and dealer service fee, subject to approved credit.
Most of us plan ahead in life. We plan for our wedding, our children's education, family vacations, and other life events. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning your funeral has prompted many to take the step and plan for their own arrangements. The biggest reason is so your family is put at ease by knowing your decisions are taken care of. The burden is lifted off their shoulders. Call 324-5547 to discuss pre-planning your funeral arrangements.
Coles Community Funeral Homes, Markesan, Randolph, and Waupun.
Today's game sponsored by the Waupun Athletic Booster Club. The Britton House has chosen the Waupun Athletic Booster Club as the nonprofit recipient for the month of August. All proceeds will go to fund their athletic teams. So support the Booster Club by playing bingo at the Britton House on Wednesday nights in August, starting at 6 p.m. The Booster Club has given back over $1,400 to each team for working concessions in the past 2 years. Good luck, Waupun Legion, in your game today. Motor repair and replacement, pumps.
Austin Weiss.
And Austin and Dane.
And Brian.
Bryant.
Okay.
Look up here.
We're going to be, I'm going to interview you here now. So we're going to kind of be...
5 seconds.
Okay.
Tell him he's good.
3. Okay. Welcome back to the Gus. Steve Winterhack with you live on the field right now after Waupun winning their game here today, 16-0, 3-0 in their regional tournament, heading to the state tournament in Viroqua coming up on Friday to take on St. Mary Springs. And we've got a few of the players with us right now to talk about the ball game. Austin Weiss made a regular trip across home plate 3 times in the ball game. Let's talk about the game today, how it all kind of came together for your team today.
It's always good to come out here and play hard with all the players and just get a win for the team.
You guys feel like you're playing your best baseball of the season right now?
It seems like we're really getting things together here in the playoffs, so it's nice to see pitching's coming together, bats are starting to come alive. It's good to see.
I wish we could get the camera to zoom in a little bit more. I see you got some facial hair going here, so we'll see if that's coming along pretty good, though. Keep working on it. I can't grow a beard either. So, but hey, a great job. You were 1 for 1 in the game, but you got on base every time and crossed home plate 3 times. So, like your chances getting over to Viroqua and taking care of business over there?
Yeah, I do. That's actually where everything started. We won Junior Legion State there, so hopefully we can do it again there again.
Okay, we got Austin Weiss. Thanks a lot for joining us. Move right down the line. We're going to talk to Dane Stelsel. And Dane, this is going to be your last year you play, or are you going to be young enough to play next year?
I can play next year.
Oh, you can too, next year. But a nice game for you today, 3 for 4. You had 3 RBIs in the ball game. Had that nice hit that kind of really helped us take advantage of those miscues in that first inning and hit that one out towards center field. So talk about how it was at the plate today for you.
Well, I've kind of been hitting like Lorenzo Kane, so I don't know.
A young Lorenzo Kane or an older one?
Yeah, the old one. So I just tried to be confident today, and it was good to get that first hit and get off to a big lead because we knew we had Noah on the mound, and our chances were pretty good if we got out to a good lead. So.
Yeah, you only need 1 run today, but you got 16 runs out there. What do you feel within the team here, being one of the older players on the team, and you kind of got to be a leader out there with some of these young guys? But what is a feeling on the team right now and where you're at this part of the season?
Well, last year was different because it was mostly upperclassmen, and I think it's different this year just because we have a mix of both. But I think it's a good thing a little bit because they bring some energy and some different characteristics to the team, and I'm just really excited to go to Viroqua and play some baseball.
Thanks a lot for joining us. Dane Stelsel joining us here in the post-game show. We're going to move right down the line again. We're going to talk to Brian Ferris, and don't get too many number 6 hitters that come up with a couple of hits the last couple of games. So you got the bat going right now. You think the coach should move you up the lineup a little bit with being a regular hitter now?
I think I should stay where I'm at. I'm pretty confident in the 6 hole. I think I should just stay where I'm at.
So what's it looking like for you right now? Those balls look a little bigger coming in. You're doing a great job at a double and a single yesterday, and looks like a couple of singles with some RBIs today. So just feeling pretty comfortable at the plate right now?
Yeah, I'm seeing the ball pretty good. I think I got to wait back on the off speed a little bit more, but I think I'm doing pretty good as well.
Where do you like to play the most? I know they have you moving around the outfield just a little bit. Where's your favorite place to play?
I like center field. I like being the king of the outfield. I think you just feel good out there in center, seeing everything in front of you.
Well, Brian, great tournament with 4 hits in these last 2 games. So congratulations and good luck at state.
Thank you.
And it was Brian Ferris, and then the guy on the mound that got to see him crush a home run the other day. How did that feel? That home run was against these same guys, Horicon, and it was a no-doubter. I just watched the left fielder just kind of stand there and watch it go over in that 4th inning. But how did that one feel?
It felt pretty good. I think that was definitely my fastest ball that's left the park, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Noah Garrettson joining us right now, and a great day in the mound. 1 hit that you gave up today, and had the shutout today, and that hit wasn't until right at the end of the ball game here. So you felt pretty comfortable on the mound today?
Yeah, I felt good. I had everything working. I threw a lot of fastballs, a few curveballs. I didn't really throw any change-ups, but felt pretty good. So I thought I could beat him with my fastball, and I did. So.
How do you like your chances? You guys are really kind of a team that's built for playing in these double elimination tournaments. You've got pretty deep pitching. And how do you think your chances are going into the state tournament over at Viroqua?
I think we have a pretty good chance. Always got to win the first game. That's the biggest game. But I think we should be able to go deep in the tournament. We played Springs already this year twice. They beat us twice, so I think we can beat them now this time around.
Well, great job on the mound today and a great tournament for you, too. So we'll look forward to seeing you coming up on Friday. Again, Noah Garrettson.
Thank you.
And thanks to these guys for joining us. And talk to Derek Stanke. Yeah, okay. I think he's on the phone right now, but we'll see. Can I walk this far away or still be in?
Yeah, seems like he's doing well, Steve. You go ahead and see
We'll see if Derek's available to do talking. Sounds like he's on the phone right now, so we'll see if we can talk to him yet. Well, again, the head coach for Waupun, Derek Stanke, we didn't cut his phone call short there. Can you hear us up there, guys? Okay, now we're talking to Derek Stanke, head coach for Waupun American Legion Post 210. Thoughts about the tournament for you guys, going 3-0 and definitely looking pretty good here in this ball game. What's your thoughts on your team?
Yeah, they're playing pretty well right now. 3-0 it was a great weekend. We gave up 3 runs in 3 games, so hitting's coming around. It's been getting better as the season's progressed, and hats off to our pitchers and our defense. We played pretty well. I mean, we had a few innings there where we lost control of things a little bit and had some errors, but luckily it didn't hurt us. So it's a couple seniors know how to lead the way, and it was nice for these young guys to lead on them.
Well, it seems the strength of Waupun baseball ever since they had the pitch count implemented is you guys have deep pitching, and it looks like you have it again this year.
Yeah, 3 games and we threw 3 complete games. So, we had some guys that threw a lot of innings for us that didn't even get an opportunity to pitch this weekend, and that's good. Arms can take a rest, and hopefully we'll have our full arsenal at state. And we got guys like Jake Krieger who didn't throw this weekend, Evan Sauer didn't throw this weekend, Austin Weiss didn't throw. So I mean, we got plenty more arms to go. So. But those, the guys we had starting games are really efficient, and offense took care of what they needed to do, and getting out to those early leads helps settle in, in the postseason.
Now, thoughts about the team you play next? You had a little trouble with them during the season. With St. Mary Springs will be your first opponent at Viroqua at 5 o'clock coming up on Friday. Thoughts about your next opponent?
Springs is very well coached. Jason Bartelt does a wonderful job up there. They're all seniors this year. They're a veteran group up there, so. We had a really good battle with them last year at state in Denmark. We did lose to them twice this year so far in the regular season, but they've been really competitive games until we've had that one inning where we just kind of imploded on ourselves, actually, both games. So I know we're looking for an opportunity to play them again.
Well, Derek, great tournament. Looks like your guys are playing their best ball right now. They seem pretty confident going into to state, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, Derek Stanke joining us here over at the Gus in Waupun. We're going to take a little break. I'll come back up to the broadcast booth, and we'll kind of wrap things up from Waupun coming your way in just a few minutes on The Source.
This game is sponsored by Mike's Wild Boar Liquor Store. They are your party headquarters, the premier liquor store serving Waupun and the surrounding areas since 2008, offering beer, liquor, wine, and other bar necessities. 814 West Main Street in Waupun. Open from 8:30 a.m. until 9 p.m. every day. Stock up for the next big game at Mike's Wild Boar Liquor Store in Waupun today. Good luck, Waupun Legion, in your game today. From Mike's Wild Boar Liquor Store.
The Lions Club of Waupun celebrates the annual Truck and Show by serving their all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. Breakfast will be served